Chapter 85. Zhang Sanfeng, Taiji. Zhang Sanfeng. In the city, nearly everyone raised an eyebrow, revealing a puzzled look. Who is Zhang Sanfeng? I know about Taiji, but when has the person Zhang Sanfeng appeared in the world? Li Shenji looked towards Yu Shenkin. Zhang Sanfeng, Taiji. Could it be someone from the Taishang lineage of the Wuxia Taoist cult? Gong Yongsheng also looked towards Yu Shenkin. Long Shenwu also looked towards Yi Divine Needle. Yi Divine Needle, Yi Shen Needle really didn't know. Although the Night Divine Guards scouted the world for news, Yi Shen Needle genuinely hadn't heard of any Zhang Sanfeng. However, just now, with a sword, if this person was not famous, how could he be so powerful? Yi Divine Needle was also full of doubts. Or my brother-in-law is powerful. Longwenyu, however, had a smug look on her face. In the middle of the city, Fairy Wenna revealed a hint of complexity. The way of Taiji, the Taishang lineage of my Wuxia Dao palace, is the most perfect. But why does Gu Hai also have such an epiphany? Zhang Sanfeng, is it my Taishang lineage? Longwenyu revealed a bewildered look. The Taiji sword, a sword traction, instantly killed and injured nearly 10,000 of the opposing Divine Blood army. The strongest members of the Divine Blood army also had gloomy faces. The second army chief was even staring at the white-robed old man, Zhang Sanfeng, in death. HMPH. It's just a trick. The rain of arrows stop. Give me a head start and kill him. The second army chief let out a loud shout. Drink. The army bellowed in unison. At once, each of them drew their long swords and slapped their horses towards the Zhang Sanfeng that Gu Hai had condensed. Gu Hai's eyes narrowed slightly as a trace of gravity flashed in his eyes. Zhang Sanfeng was restricted by the formation and couldn't leave too far away, so he couldn't run straight at the second army chief and could only passively defend the enemy. But fortunately, Gu Hai simulated Zhang Sanfeng this time, with the Taiji sword and Taiji fist, both of which came after him. As the thousands of troops and horses ran, Zhang Sanfeng's long sword turned, and the Taiji sword chair around his body rotated more and more round. The entire Zhang Sanfeng was like a round spinning sphere. Kill my brother. Give me death. One of the generals, who rushed at the front, let out a loud shout, and a huge sword dipper came straight at Zhang Sanfeng's face. Zhang Sanfeng's long sword immediately met it. When the swords collided, die for me, the general's eyes glared as he chopped out his maximum strength. However, when the blade chopped down, he suddenly felt that Zhang Sanfeng's sword was soft and flimsy. It was not a hard collision at all. As soon as Zhang Sanfeng's long sword was tugged, the general's saber astral was carried and deflected. The power was not reduced and turned to deflect towards another general. General, what are you chopping me for? Ah! A miserable scream. But it was the general who had killed one of his own. In the distance, Yi Divine Needle and the others stared wide-eyed. The great battle between Mo Yaika and the First Legion also paused slightly, and together they looked towards the northern part of the city. Zhang Sanfeng had already been surrounded by countless generals, and countless generals instantly chopped at Zhang Sanfeng with their long swords, and for a while, the sword chair was like a sea, shaped like a big net weaving the sky, and came towards Zhang Sanfeng from all over the sky. Zhang Sanfeng rotated in place. His long sword swung down, as if forming a spherical airflow. Rotate in a circle, if it were 1,000 jin, 4 tails, and 1,000 jin, Zhang Sanfeng uttered a loud shout. The surrounding sword chair accompanied Zhang Sanfeng's longsword, steeply meeting a host of sword daggers, slamming into each of them with not much force, but just enough to make the daggers deviate from their original trajectory. What was originally chopping towards Zhang Sanfeng was suddenly chopping towards one of their own. Huh, my saber dang has deviated. Quickly dodge it. You're chopping off course, and it's chopping into me. Boom. tilde 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 tilde. With an earth-shattering roar, Zhang Sanfeng stayed put, and about 500 generals, even with their horses, were instantly chopped, with most of them being split in half, and only a handful of them were lucky enough to escape with serious injuries. The most critical thing is that the knife they received on their bodies, not chopped by Zhang Sanfeng, but chopped by their own people. Wow tilde 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 tilde. In the city, there was an outcry. Round turning Ruyi. For 2000 jin. I saw Zhang Sanfeng. It seems like he didn't use much strength. Yes, that power, I can also exert it. But Mr. Gu let Zhang Sanfeng destroy 500 generals with a single sword. Countless people looked at Gu Hai and Zhang Sanfeng in surprise. Gong Yongsheng, however, narrowed his eyes, for 2 pairs of jin, taiji, borrowing strength to fight. Wouldn't this mean that the more people there are, the more freely Zhang Sanfeng performs it? The more people, the more favorable it is for Zhang Sanfeng. Long Shenwu also narrowed his eyes slightly. Borrowing someone else's power to kill someone else, this sword technique, it's really strange. Fewer people would make Zhang Sanfeng troublesome, but more people would make Zhang Sanfeng wield it instead. Yi Divine Needle raised his eyebrows slightly. That's that's my brother-in-law. Long Wenyi was however complacent, as if she had drunk a bowl of ice water in the middle of summer. In the city, Fairy Winner was also wide-eyed. Is Zhang Sanfeng really from my Tai Shong lineage? Why didn't I know that the Tai Shong lineage had this bizarre sword technique? Fairy Winner revealed a trace of bewilderment. Zhang Sanfeng's first sword killed and injured more than 10,000 soldiers and horses, and now he had a sword that killed and injured 500 generals. The opposite Divine Blood army's face sank. Kill for me, the generals let out a loud shout. At once again, a large swath of generals rushed towards Zhang Sanfeng. Zhang Sanfeng's long sword was waved. Taiji was used to the extreme. Against the oncoming generals, the Zhang Sanfeng that was condensed with the formation itself had the power of the Midheaven Palace. Together with this peculiar Taiji sword, he was suddenly invincible amongst the army. Unceasingly came out the screams of the generals hurting their own people. Centaurs and horses in one, great power. But Taiji is not even hard with you, but soft, with softness, for or two, lending strength. A piece of leaf does not touch the body. That soft swordsmanship, but by such as cutting leaks, a crop of the generals' lives. The speed of death, no matter who was inside or outside the city, were all stupefied. Of course, Gu Hai's biggest harvest at this moment was in the heaven-mending pool of transforming karma. One by one, the ghosts that had killed countless people with evil karma entered the karma transformation pool and quickly transformed into heaven-mending power and entered the heaven-mending pool. Killing this one person was more than the evil karma of the 1,000 great evils that Gu Hai had killed in the past. Zhang Sanfeng killed recklessly. In the distance, the second army chief can no longer look at it. That forward and backward subordinates to go are sent to you to kill not. Just how long has it been? The subordinates who have fought 100 battles in the south and are invincible have died and injured nearly 10,000 again. HMPH, our soul bodies have yet to return to their positions, otherwise, let you run wild. The second army chief let out a cold snort. Roar. The sitting giant horse let out a roar and carried the second army chief towards the direction of the ancient sea to kill. Where to go? Qinzibai let out a loud shout. You guys watch him for me. The second army chief let out a cold snort. Release the arrows. Boom. A large number of arrows suddenly rained down straight at Qinzibai. Qinzibai's face changed. He himself was seriously injured and didn't have Zhang Sanfeng's 2,000 kilograms ability, so he could only be forced to dodge the rain of arrows. Get out of the way, the second army chief let out a loud shout. Immediately, the generals surrounding Zhang Sanfeng stepped aside, allowing the second army chief to face Zhang Sanfeng. Cross. The second legion commando jumped off his warhorse and inhaled violently. Hoo. The second legion commander's body steeply surged upwards, reaching the same size as Zhang Sanfeng in the blink of an eye. One-on-one, kid, try doing a 4-2000 catty on me. The second army chief let out a cold snort. A rampant aura erupted from his huge figure. Gu Hai's face sank, but he saw a hint of ferocity in the eyes of the second army chief, not violence. Violence was being overwhelmed, while this fierce eyes were still calm. Calm, fierce look. Gu Hai instantly understood that this person still did not look at Zhang Sanfeng's strength. In that case, he would probably give an order to his subordinates not to care about Zhang Sanfeng and directly kill the city. One's purpose, after all, was not to kill the enemy, but to hold back the second legion. And to hold back, one would need to do more than just kill the enemy. Bear Yin. However, Zhang Sanfeng was seen inserting his longsword into the scabbard suddenly, and the longsword slowly disappeared. Oh, the second army chief's eyes narrowed slightly. Countless people in the city revealed doubts. Why did Zhang Sanfeng put away his sword? That second legion chief, but he was grasping the longsword, knowing that he's outmatched. Impossible. Countless people revealed a bewildered look. Zhang Sanfeng, however, suddenly revealed a light smile. There are many people, that's why I used my sword. Against you alone. If I still use my sword, wouldn't I be bullying you? The surrounding people was slightly stunned. The second legion chief's face also sank, seeing that this was Zhang Sanfeng taunting himself. A life and death duel. At this time, you actually want to deal with my longsword with your bare hands. Something looking for death. The second army chief let out a cold snort, and indeed, slightly provoked, the long sword in his hand blasted over. Zhang Sanfeng, however, started to wave his hand. The surrounding sword chair all disappeared. Instead, countless air currents abruptly appeared to surround Zhang Sanfeng, still in the pattern of Taiji. As the sword chopped over, Zhang Sanfeng did not retreat, but instead took a step forward. Range sparrow tail. Zhang Sanfeng fiercely grabbed the second army chief's wrist, but did not touch it hard. Instead, he violently dragged it, borrowing the second army chief's strength to give him an even greater surge of power. Single whip. With a drag and a fling, the second legionnaire was thrown out by his own strength. What? The second army chief's face changed. But he did not expect that he was flung out, and more importantly, he was the one who flung himself out. How was this possible? The second army chief twisted his body violently in midair, as if he wanted to break away from this inertia. However, Zhang Sanfeng's hand did not stop and grabbed the feet of the flung-out second army chief. Wild horse splitting sideburns. He actually used the power of the second army chief's twisting body to once again use the force. It threw him to the ground with a loud bang. Boom. The earth shook violently, and the second legion chief immediately fell over. However, the second army chief was also experienced in many battles, and in the split second after he was flung to the ground, he did not forget to slash at Zhang Sanfeng. Like a seal, boom. As if it had been rehearsed countless times before, a ring of strikes. As the second army chief chopped at him, Zhang Sanfeng probed his hand and brought it around. The knife instantly deviated from its original trajectory and roared towards the crotch of the second army chief. Ah, boom. The second army chief roared in shock as the long knife in his hand came out of his hand, and his figure bowed violently, far away from Zhang Sanfeng's body. So close just now. The second army chief's body trembled in shock. In a flash of lightning, the two exchanged blows and ended. The second army chief's face was in a mess, and the long sword in his hand was thrown away, dodging in a sorry state. On the opposite side, Zhang Sanfeng, however, was slowly punching a soft set of fists. Countless cultivators in the city all stared with wide eyes. It was really a set of soft and slow punches, yet it coincided to the extreme in general, bullying the second army commander to the point of being unbearable. It was really slow, so slow that it seemed as if everyone could see it clearly, but they just couldn't figure out how this slow and easy boxing style could defeat the second army chief. But no one knows Zhang Sanfeng is still the best at Taiji Quan. Taiji sword is only a branch of Taiji Quan. Lost the long sword, Zhang Sanfeng's strength is not weakened, but stronger.